Hello InfoPerson, this is Anton, and today we're going to discuss some of the recent updates from the famous Ingenuity mission on Mars, or basically the mission involving the helicopter. The helicopter that, as you probably know, almost exactly a year ago, finally stopped working. And though we've discussed this approximately a year ago in the video in the description, up until relatively recently, or actually up until just a few days ago, it was not entirely clear what exactly happened to it and why its blades seemed to have broken. Because the only thing we knew for sure is that the blades were broken and it was unable to fly anymore. But it could do everything else and is actually still working and still reporting even right now. And so in this video, let's discuss the investigation that essentially took approximately 1 year that basically explains to us what most likely happened and why the helicopter broke. But I guess first, just a little bit of a review. Here's actually one of the first prototypes for this helicopter from back in 2016. And compared to the real thing, it looked somewhat similar, especially in the design of its blades. And that's because in this case, the blades were designed to perform in extremely stressful conditions and were designed to spin very fast. But technically this has always been just a prototype and essentially just a test mission. As a matter of fact, the plan was only to fly 5 times for maybe 1 month in total. So basically after a month this helicopter was no longer supposed to work. Despite of this, for nearly 3 years, it was working just fine, conducting over 70 flights. And this was way beyond everyone's expectations. And more importantly, the data collected during these flights taught us so much about Mars, actually taking us just a little bit closer to the idea of human exploration and the potential crewed mission. As a matter of fact, as a result of this successful mission, the researchers have now been actually pushing for an even bigger and better helicopter that could even maybe collect the samples left by Perseverance. This is now referred to as the Mars Science Helicopter, and NASA scientists have already been working on initial designs, hoping to launch it sometimes in 2030s. But in order for that second mission to be successful, obviously engineers have to understand exactly what happened to the blades of Ingenuity and why they broke. Here's of course that famous last picture taken by the Perseverance, essentially showing us a broken helicopter. But I guess more specifically, showing us that one of its blades was at least 15 meters away, suggesting a dramatic snapping. And so it took approximately 1 year and a lot of analysis to come up with several potential scenarios, with the official NASA investigation now available in one of the links in the description. Here's actually one of the first videos released after the blades broke that basically used the shadows of the helicopter to confirm that the blades were broken. And not just one blade, but all of them, which was a very important first hint. And so despite having multiple scenarios of what potentially happened, now the engineers settled on only one specific explanation. And so here's how this goes. Prior to the last flight, or prior to the 72nd flight, the last flight did not go as planned. The 71st flight was terminated early, and it was not entirely clear what actually went wrong. And so as a result, the 72nd flight was supposed to be a basic test in order to see if the helicopter was still functioning. And initially, all of the data indicated a successful climb and optimal performance during the first few seconds. This flight was supposed to last for just 30 seconds, so at first everything was going fine. But at some point, the helicopter lost communication with the Perseverance rover, which was most likely due to the loss of line of sight. Here the helicopter was basically landing somewhere behind the hill, and the hill was blocking radio communication. And so for approximately 2 days, there was absolutely no data transmission. But during the post-flight assessment, some of the initial images basically showed us that the blades were broken. This is actually that first image that we received sometimes around January 21st. And so by January 25th, within just 5 days, Bill Nelson announced the end of the mission. And interestingly, the location where the helicopter now rests is now known as Valinor Hills, a sneaky reference to Tolkien's Lord of the Rings and the final residence of all the immortals. But in order to break these blades, something extreme must have happened during those last few seconds. And that's because, as I mentioned previously, these blades were designed to not break even under extreme conditions. And that meant that during those last few seconds, something caused these blades to perform way beyond their stress limit. And so based on the telemetry analysis, NASA engineers now think they know exactly what caused it. And that's because, in order to navigate effectively, this helicopter was equipped with a very specific downward-facing camera that would take 30 pictures every second, and then use machine learning to compare what the camera sees with the predicted location in order to adjust its position. If something doesn't add up, the internal guidance inside the helicopter would adjust things accordingly. So for example, things like position, velocity, and altitude would instantly be corrected. But in order to navigate successfully, this camera always required some kind of a surface feature, such as for example various pebbles, in order to detect where it was going and how fast it was flying. However, during that 70-second flight, it just so happens that it was in a location where there was basically almost no features. It was a very sandy region inside the Jezero crater that, as the image from the helicopter shows, was just a little bit too empty and thus was difficult to analyze. And this has been a problem for the helicopter even as far back as May 2021. There was actually a major flight anomaly during this time, when the Ingenuity was unable to calculate its speed directly and almost crashed. And following this, NASA engineers had to adjust some of the algorithms in order to calculate velocity in a different way. This time though, based on telemetry analysis, it looked like there was actually no surface features to track, and so Ingenuity could not determine how fast it was descending or even determine its altitude. And as a result of this, when it landed, it hit the ground way too fast, very likely bouncing in the process, which then, according to NASA, caused it to pitch and roll, which triggered automatic response. And in this case, the response was a dramatic increase in the blade rotation. All 4 of the rotors suddenly started spinning really fast, much faster than their limit, and that very likely snapped them at their weakest point, which is roughly around 2/3 of the way. And because in this case all 4 of the blades were broken and all of them snapped at the same location, it implied that all of this was the result of extremely fast spin. So basically the blades didn't actually hit anything, but just cracked as a result of centrifugal forces. But because they all snapped at slightly different points, now the helicopter also started to vibrate, with this powerful vibration causing one of the blades to separate, eventually landing 15 meters away. At the same time, all of this very likely overloaded electronics in the helicopter, which caused communication to drop and the entire helicopter to very likely shut down. But eventually everything came back to power, it could no longer fly. And so even right now, the instruments are still operational, we still receive a lot of data from the helicopter, but its main function now is essentially just being a weather machine. It reports on the dust and weather conditions, and once in a while sends us a picture of what's underneath. It's actually already sent data over 50 times since the original damage, and it's been sending data pretty much every single week, which means that this helicopter is now 4 years old. Although technically calling this a helicopter now is maybe a bit of a misnomer. Nevertheless, considering that this was a super cheap device and was made out of parts usually used in smartphones, it basically confirms that we don't even need anything that's super hardened in order to work in harsh Martian conditions. But I guess what's even more impressive is that we now officially have our first technical report on a crash of a vehicle from another world. Something that now is definitely going to be used for a lot of future designs. And that future design is now technically known as Mars Chopper, a concept that's now based entirely on the success of Ingenuity, and that's most likely going to be at least 20 times heavier, and is also going to be able to pick up things and even carry several kilograms of equipment in order to autonomously explore Mars without the need for any rover. It might be able to travel 3 kilometers every single day, and might actually cover hundreds of kilometers on Mars, reaching places and locations we could never dream of. Or at least that's the plan for now. If this mission happens, it's most likely going to be in at least 6 years from now, and maybe even just a little bit longer. And that's because right now, a lot of future Martian missions seem to be kind of on hold, mostly due to the budget limitations, and mostly because the priority is still basically the recovery of the samples left on the surface by Perseverance. But that's of course not the only update from Mars, and we're going to discuss some of the future updates in one of the videos coming out really soon. So, thank you for watching, subscribe, share this with someone who loves learning about space and sciences, come back tomorrow to learn something else, support this channel on Patreon by joining channel membership, or by buying the Wonderful Person t-shirt that does actually contain the helicopter as one of the designs. Stay wonderful, I'll see you tomorrow, and as always, bye bye.